What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be checking out a video from Mike Steele, American versus British English 50 differences.
Or say what you see.
Or say what you see. In other words, we're going to see an image and then we're going to have to say what that image is.
What we associate to it.
And then probably guess what you guys in the UK may call it.
Would also call it, yeah.
So anyways, guys, enough rambling. Let's go ahead and jump in here and check out American versus British English.
Here's what's going to happen. I'm going to show you lots of different pictures of everyday things which you would see. And all I want you to do is just tell me what you see.
Got it.
Okay, let's go. First one here.
Bicycle.
Bicycle.
Line.
Yeah.
Oh, a line.
Oh, a
Okay.
line. Oh, okay.
Yeah, line. And
you guys
obviously in the UK you say Q.
You say Q, yeah.
Queue, right? Standing in a queue.
No, they're standing in a line.
So we'd say queue. What's this?
Calculator.
Calculator.
What are they doing? What subject?
Math.
Math.
Maths.
Math.
Knew that
Maths.
Singular.
Maths. What's that?
Car.
Station wagon.
What kind of car?
Station wagon.
Station wagon.
It's an estate car.
Wait.
That's a station wagon.
Estate.
An estate
That makes
car?
it sound so fancy.
That does sound fancy.
I'm gonna go get in my estate car.
All right, let's hop into the estate car and head out to the castle.
Yeah, station wagon's here, which I hate the name station wagon. It's dumb.
Yeah, I don't even know what that
But an
is.
estate car makes, like, if I heard someone say, yes, my estate car is over
Yeah,
there,
yeah, me too.
then I would think, wow, they must have, like, a really nice car.
Yeah, oh yeah, that thing is super nice. Because here, if you were to call like a piece of like a property, an estate,
it
would be known to be very fancy, very
Yeah,
nice.
Yeah. Or, well, sometimes when people pass away, like
Well,
an estate sale,
that is
all
true.
of their belongings or something.
Yeah.
But it makes it sound usually more fancier
Than
than it is.
a like a auction
Yeah.
or a yard sale or something like that. Yeah.
What's this?
A bicycle?
Training wheels.
Training.
Oh, training wheels. Yeah.
Because he's using them for training.
Yeah.
They're stabilizers.
Stabilizers.
Funny.
Because they're
I
stabilizers.
can see that.
That sounds very serious.
What's this?
Water?
A cup.
Is a glass.
Yeah, I would say a glass.
What's this?
Would you not say a glass?
Yeah, I would say a glass. In that instance.
Yeah, me too.
Now, if it was like a plastic cup,
Yeah,
I would say cup.
A cup for me is a plastic or a cheap thing you drink out of.
Or a measuring cup. Not.
Yeah, a glass is made of glass.
Yeah.
Really, I
Yeah,
mean, I get
drinking glass.
Yeah. I don't think I would call a metal cup a glass. It would only be a glass. Anyway,
Glass.
this
I already know what this is gonna be.
yeah, they would call it a stroller here in the U.S.
Stroller.
But
you guys call it a pram or perambulator.
That has rubbed off of me. I would call that a pram now.
Yeah.
And
Sophia does.
And I got that from my daughter, from Sophia, because she calls
I
it a
think
pram.
they say that on Beatrix Potter.
She has learned so much British English
lingo, yeah.
because of she listens and reads a lot of British books and
Authors,
stuff.
yeah.
Beatrice Potter being one of her
Yeah,
favorites.
Bramley Hedge.
Yeah.
Stroller.
Pram.
Perambulator.
Pram.
Time for the perambulator.
Garbage.
Trash.
That's rubbish.
Rubbish.
What's this?
Shopping cart.
Okay.
You got this is something we, even though we're both American, obviously, but different parts of the U.S.
She's from the Midwest originally. I'm from the South.
I say cart or shopping cart.
I'm gonna say
so bad that you call it that.
That's a buggy, guys.
I hate that.
That's a buggy.
I hate it so much.
That's a buggy.
But maybe you guys call it that too. I don't know.
A buggy. I'm gonna say. I guess they're gonna say cart.
Trolley.
A trolley. I bet it's a trolley. Yeah, I bet it is. Trolley.
What's the baby got in his mouth?
Pacifier.
Fire.
Do you mean a dummy?
A dummy.
Dummy.
A dummy.
Refrigerator.
Fridge. We just say fridge.
Yeah,
You
I say fridge.
I say fridge.
Refrigerator.
We just say fridge.
We say fridge
That's
too.
a traffic circle.
A traffic circle. We call that a roundabout. 'cause
A roundabout,
they go roundabout, the roundabout. But you
Go
don't have
roundabout.
I don't have any of those. I think there's like 9 in total.
We thought that too,
There's more.
but we learned that up
Not
here
as many as
in
in-
northern Indiana
Yeah.
is
Carmel.
Carmel, Indiana is the roundabout capital of, is it the world?
Per
capita, yeah. It was like they took out all their stoplights basically, and they started putting in roundabouts. We've never been there. We want to go there.
I really want to now.
Yeah,
since
I do
found
too.
that out.
I do too.
It's kind of a trek from here. It's not super
Yeah,
close.
it's
but
not close. It's quite a ways, but I think that would be
It'd be
interesting.
fun,
Yeah,
yeah.
it would be.
That's a mailbox.
Pigeonhole.
A pigeonhole?
Okay, that is. I would call it a cubby, honestly. I wouldn't call it a mailbox.
Yeah, I was trying to think of what I would call it. I would call it a cubby. How is that a mailbox?
Pigeonhole.
Wait, like, I'm sitting here trying to say, how's this a mailbox? That doesn't look like a mailbox to me.
Okay, like at school, they would have that sometimes in the office for the teachers.
I would call it a cubby.
Yeah, I would still call it a cubby too. But like, you put your memos and notices in
Yeah.
there.
I mean, I guess in that way, maybe the people in the office of a school, which maybe she knew of, like maybe they would call that the mailbox for the school or whatnot. I'm not sure, but to me, that would definitely be a cubby.
Yeah.
But pigeonhole.
Pigeonhole.
Okay.
That's a truck.
Yeah.
Lorry.
A lorry.
Red lorry, yellow lorry.
Yeah, I knew
I'd
that.
call it a
Lorry,
semi.
yellow lorry.
A semi, tractor trailer,
What's this?
sweater.
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 Jumper.
A jumper.
Jumper.
Car park.
Car
Car
park.
park.
Yeah.
That is a trunk.
Okay,
Are we talking about the trunk or the presents?
that's what I'm wondering. Okay, presents.
Probably trunk.
I would say
Probably trunk.
presents or trunk. Although, would you really call this type of car? I wouldn't even say this type of car had a trunk, even though I guess it's technically the
It's like
trunk.
a back hatch.
Yeah, it's the hatch. It's the hatch. This is a hatchback car, and this is the hatch.
But like a trunk is usually separate from the vehicle.
Right, that's what I'm
Like,
saying.
Closed off.
So, like, I don't know if that's what they're talking about.
In
or
the
if
UK,
it's gifts.
you guys call is it a boot?
That's the boot.
Boot.
Boot, yeah.
That is
Faucet.
dish soap.
Oh.
Oh.
About that.
Okay, dish soap. Yeah. Would you call it?
Oh, I
dish
bet
soap?
they call it washing liquid.
Oh, I think you're
Yeah, I
right.
think
Yeah,
you're
washing up liquid or something. I don't know.
Dish soap. Dish soap, because it's soap for the dishes.
Yeah.
Soap for the dishes.
It's like human soap, but dish soap. So do you call the
Washing
soap?
up
Yeah,
liquid.
yeah,
Do you call
yeah.
that human
What did I say?
soap?
Washing up soap.
What do you call it?
Shampoo.
Shampoo. That's for your hair, though, isn't it?
Oh.
Okay, so dish soap, washing up liquid.
That's a zucchini.
That's
Courgette.
a courgette.
Courgette.
That is an eggplant.
Aubergine.
Aubergine.
I love how fancy.
That is a cell.
That is a cell phone.
Oh, you guys say mobile.
Mobile. Of course, now I think we'd all say smartphone, right?
I would just say cell phone.
I would still say cell phone, but I know that generally speaking, the classification of it would be a smartphone, right?
Because I feel like most people just have them, so it's just a cell phone.
Yeah.
You wouldn't need to specify that it's a smartphone because
True. And
most are.
no one has. Well, few people
they're
have
making
them.
a comeback. They're called dumb phones.
I know. I think they're good potentially for kids. If you want a kid to have a phone for an emergency purposes, but like once they're like 13 years old, but you're like,
But you don't want them having unlimited access
to the internet. Yeah. So like I think that potentially is why they're making a comeback.
Yeah.
Mobile.
That is the check.
Yeah.
Well, that's
I bet they say bill.
Yeah, they say bill.
It's the bill.
Yep.
Those are pants.
Pants.
Trousers.
Trousers.
Definitely pants.
That's a classic one. Trousers, pants. What are they playing?
soccer.
This was easy. This was easy.
Football.
Yeah, football.
Football. Because you kick the ball with your foot, so it's football.
That is
A driver's license?
By the way, I want to say soccer, the word soccer was actually invented in the UK.
Really?
Yes, and I can't remember like why we kept it and they went to football, but it's association something. I can't remember exactly what it stands for, but soccer is association something. I can't remember. I have to look that up.
license.
See, in America, you'd say driver's license, right? We say driving license. This is actually
Driving
UK
license. That one's
which is what it
pretty
says
not
on
very
the
different.
Comparable.
Yeah.
license.
Or
Makes
ID.
sense. What's
Yeah.
that?
That's a closet.
A wardrobe.
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 Closet.
What does she have?
A neck.
What does she have? Sore throat?
Oh.
Oh, no, I can't.
Okay.
It's ill. She's
A
got
really
swollen
long neck.
It's mono.
Oh, shit.
Oh, mononucleosis. Yeah, mono.
Okay, I've always heard that term mono. You got mono or something like that, and I still don't
Also
know what
known
it
as
is.
the kissing disease,
Yes.
I think.
What is that? I've never
I
known
just
anything
think
about
it's
it.
from encountering certain viral.
Like it's like a cold, sort
I
of,
think it's-
like a sore throat.
I don't know if it's viral or bacterial, but
Is it like a sore throat?
yeah, like an extreme sore throat.
Oh, okay.
She has mono.
Yeah.
Mono what?
Mononucleosis.
Mono.
We call that glandular fever.
AKA
Glandular
kissing
fever.
disease.
What's this?
Cotton candy.
Candy.
Oh, candy floss.
Candy floss. Yeah.
Candy floss.
I hate it, by the way.
That's a garbage bin.
Garbage.
That's a
can.
dustbin. Dustbin.
I would say this looks like a nice place to take a holiday.
Oh, that's so a
Vacation.
vacation.
Who's this guy?
A prisoner?
Yeah, I should say a prisoner.
Inmate?
An inmate.
Garbage man.
Oh,
He's the dustman.
the dust man.
Okay, come on.
The Dust Man.
Dust Man.
How's that
You
go-
gotta admit, it doesn't make sense.
How's that song go? If anyone can, the dust man can.
I don't think
'Cause
that's how it goes.
And he makes the world taste good. What's that song?
Grand.
What's that song?
The Candyman.
The Candyman can.
Isn't it on Willy Wonka?
And he mixes it with love and makes the world taste good, something like that. Yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah. Dust Man. Okay. At first off, yeah, I guess now I see it as a garbage man. But
I was
like,
thinking orange jumpsuit.
yeah, like here in the U.S.
Some prison workers can do get
Right.
time to come out.
Yes, like if you're like towards the end of your sentence, they start letting you have like work release.
If you're on good behavior.
If you're on good behavior, and you'll go usually work with the highway crew, the state governments, and then you'll go and you'll do things from pick up trash, help mow the sides of roads and stuff like that. And so I assumed it was probably a prisoner working.
Yeah, I thought so too.
But garbage man makes sense, but dust man, that is very interesting. Just like a dustbin.
Yeah, that's just like you're not only cleaning up dust.
Are they cleaning up dust at all? They're cleaning up.
I mean, sweeping maybe the street or.
But that would be a street sweeper, right?
Yeah.
We have the street sweeping machines that come by.
I'm sure you guys do too.
Yes, which I appreciate those guys. They make the road so much
I
cleaner around
appreciate
here.
garbage men too.
Yes, I do too.
Yeah, they're called sanitation workers.
Sanitation workers, yeah. I don't know if that's all across the U.S., but that is what they call them here.
That is a gas
Station.
Petrol station.
Petrol station.
What's he doing?
Running.
Pushing a cart?
With a but what's he
Oh,
doing?
he's going grocery shopping.
Grocery shopping.
Yeah.
Oh, we would just say food shopping. I'm going on a food shop.
He's grocery shopping.
But
That's what I.
but you might not only be buying food.
Well, if you're going to the grocery store, you're mostly buying. You might buy some paper products or something, but generally speaking, it's mostly food.
Especially in the UK, because I feel like here we have way more all-in-one type stores where you would buy more than groceries.
Well, you look at places like M&S; they sell clothes.
I know, but I'm saying I've heard in the comments that it's more common
Right.
to have a
Just a
store
food
here
shop.
that you get everything, whereas in the UK you usually have to go to multiple different places.
Yeah, that's probably true. It's probably true.
I would say.
A
Elevator?
door? Oh, an elevator.
Lift. Yeah.
Lift.
Jump rope.
Jump rope.
That's a jump
Skipping.
rope.
Skip
Skipping.
rope.
Skipping rope.
Skipping rope. Okay. License plate.
License plate.
Number plate.
Number plate. Yeah. Gummy bear.
Yeah. But what do you call that?
Gummy bear.
We say they're sweets. They look like
Sweets.
Candy.
Oh, candy. Yeah.
sweets. We say
Yeah.
sweets. Hello. What's that?
Tea.
Herb.
Oh, herbs.
Herbs. There's an
Herbs versus herb.
H.
Herbs.
There's an H at the beginning. So do you not say
That's a
that?
silent H.
A silent H. We'd say herbs. Herbs.
Plaid.
Plaid.
You guys, yeah, I mean,
Tartan,
you call it
yeah.
tartan.
Sneakers.
Running shoes.
I would call it tennis shoes, and
call it
and I
running
know she always makes fun of me of this because my southernness
Tenny.
comes out.
Tenny
I
shoes.
don't even finish the tennis shoes. Tenny shoes.
I mean, I don't say tennis shoes. I say tennis shoes.
Tenna shoes.
But
Tenna.
you say tinny.
I say tenny shoes.
Tinny, and I say tennis shoes.
Tenna. I think mine makes more sense though.
The S is
Tennis.
spelled tennis shoes.
Tennis shoes. Tennis shoes.
You guys probably call them.
Oh, I think I know this one. I can't remember what it was.
I knew it too until we went to.
I'm gonna know as soon as I see it. I'm gonna know as soon as I see it. All right, here we go. You ready?
No,
You're not ready?
I guess I was still trying to guess it.
Oh, go ahead.
I know what it is.
I can't remember. Okay, let's do it.
Trainers.
Trainers. Biscuits.
Biscuits.
No,
Those are biscuits.
those are biscuits. 100%. We are with
I can
you.
tell. I
We are
can
with
tell.
you guys in the UK right now because
Those are crunchy.
Those are crunchy, and I will never call a crunchy this a cookie ever again because those are biscuits. 100%.
Wow.
If I was to ever go get Chips Ahoy chocolate chip cookie, which I wouldn't because I don't like those, but if I was, those aren't cookies. They would be biscuits. There'd be
Yeah,
Chips
they're
Ahoy
so
biscuits.
crunchy.
Yes. I agree with you guys on this 100%. After seeing the difference between how crunchy a biscuit is, they're very dry, and if you're not using tea, they will crumble all over your shirt.
The other night we were watching TV, and I look over and he had a handful of dodgy jammers, and he was eating them with the
What happened?
crumbs.
I didn't have a handful. I had two.
Okay, but they're big.
Yeah,
so
they
it
are
looks
big.
like
They
a
are big. They are big. Yeah.
And the crumbs were everywhere. you wear because you were wearing your black shirt.
I'm always wearing black shirts, so they're amazing.
Like I said, there's no way to hide that you're eating one of those.
No, not at all.
Check.
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 Bill.
Bill.
We already did that one.
Chip.
Chips.
Okay, that was easy.
That one was easy. Yeah.
I love how we're repeating every single thing.
Look how much ketchup that dude's using.
I like it. I appreciate
You know something I could never stand?
Is that a fork to eat your chips with?
Yeah. Someone would come along and take ketchup and go
Over their french fries?
over the fries.
No. That makes it soggy.
Oh, that's so
I think my dad does that.
No, I know some people who do that, but I've had someone do that to me before. Like someone was like, I don't remember where, but like brung fries out for me, and then like, and I'm like, no, I just want to dip, baby, dip. Come on now, dip, baby, dip. Come on now. You know, I generally like doing the same thing with my pancakes. Like a lot, I mean,
to dip it.
Yeah, because it's like not as soggy. You know what I mean?
Chips.
Crisps.
Well, I would say chips, but you
Chips.
Crisps.
Bus
Sidewalk.
stop. Oh, sidewalk. Pavement.
Street.
Road.
Road. Wait. A street and a road.
To me, I feel like I would call a road like generally more rural. And a street would be more like a city street. You know?
Yes, I would kind of go along with what you're saying, but to me, a street is a smaller road.
Shorter. Yeah.
It's a neighborhood or something like that. And a road is usually something bigger,
distance.
longer. It could be wider.
Is that place called Ass Italia?
Ass Italia. Yeah, I think in a Ass Italia. I have no idea what that is. Okay.
What would you call this middle bit?
Street.
Well, if you were walking along that bit, I would say
Would you
get
call
off the road.
I would call that a street,
I'd
probably.
say
right
get
there.
off the
I'm not
street.
Get
sure.
off the street.
Oh, that's okay. So that's double different then. What are these?
Vegetables.
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 Yeah.
For short, for all.
Veggies.
Veggies.
Veggies. We would say just say veg.
Veg. Except I would say VEGGIES. Yeah, that's how I would spell that. Veg. Veg. I like that. Simple.
What's she watching here?
She's watching
A movie.
Movie?
We would
TV?
say
Film.
Brits would say film.
Film,
Americans
okay.
would say
Movie.
Okay, I gotta say something about that. Like, if in my head, a film is obviously a movie,
It's like,
but
more like an event, like you're going to a showing or like
you could say that. But to me,
fancier.
a film would be, like
something more elevated.
your classics, your classic stuff from the '60s,
Yeah,
for
the more
example.
specials.
Yeah, they're special. It's hard to explain. Anyway,
movie.
movie,
behave.
What's this?
Theater.
movie theater.
Cinema. We would
Oh,
say
cinema.
Cinema is a place you watch a film.
A movie theater is where you go to watch a movie.
I guess that makes sense as well. Last but not least,
Fanny pack.
Fanny pack.
bum bag.
Bum bag. Now knowing what they call fanny.
I know.
You know, I've been thinking about that for like a real long time now. Whenever I hear fanny pack, and it's just like, okay.
But to me, it's like, what about the women who are named Fanny? Like.
But either way,
women.
fanny pack is kind of a weird way to say
Yeah,
that.
I think it's a gross name too.
But so is bum bag, honestly.
Yeah,
Both of them,
both
because
gross.
like it needs to be on the back where the bum is. But I like this, guys. This was fun. I enjoy these. But I wanted to say, on the same way I believe that a film is a classic movie, a cinema is a fancier movie theater.
Yeah,
That's how
feel
I
like it
pictured
is.
in my head.
Like that looks really nice.
That looks very nice. Like
Here, most movie theaters don't look that nice.
no, like if you go to like kind of the more older ones look like that. If you go to one from like 1930s, 1940s, they look more like this.
Yeah.
They look more like just
And I would be more inclined to call that a cinema.
yes. But like you go just to where you go see a regular movie here, it just doesn't have the
Same vibe.
vibe of what I would consider a cinema. But I can see why something like this would absolutely be called a cinema.
And I also see why you guys don't call it a theater, because plays and
Yeah.
theater is more popular in the UK.
Very much so.
So that's
Yes.
what you call that.
yes, absolutely. And what was the play? Peter Pan Goes Wrong.
Oh gosh, I love
What do they
it.
call those? Pantomime.
Pantomime.
I love pantomimes, guys, and we both do.
Yeah.
And I can't wait to check out some more pantomimes.
I really do.
Let us know in the comments, what pantomime should we check out? If you have any recommendations.
Is it appropriate to watch all year long, or should it only
Yeah, true, because some are just like, a lot of pantomimes are just for Christmas time or around that time of year or so. But guys, love this. This was a lot of fun. Really enjoy seeing the differences in the way we speak.
And I think it's cool to see that we know a lot of them.
Yeah.
Like most of them, I feel like we knew.
We've learned quite a bit along this journey. Definitely, you can easily see that when we do something like this, and you're like, "Oh, well, I know what they do to call this." But some of them are still very surprising, like Dustman. Dustman.
Yeah, Dustman.
Dustman.
Sounds like a superhero.
It does sound Dustman. I am Dustman. Yeah, that does sound like a superhero. And Dustman. I can understand Dustman a little bit more than I can Dustman, though.
Yeah, same.
Because you're sweeping up a lot of dust when you throw what you sweep in a dustpan. Dustpan. That's what we would call
Dustpan for a dustman to put in a dustbin.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. But would you guys call what you use? When you take a broom and you sweep it into this little pan, would you call that a dustpan as well?
Yeah.
That's what we would call it. So let us know what you would call that if it's not a dustpan. But guys, this was fun. Thank you so much for stopping by. We appreciate you. Please click that like button. Feel free to drop your comments or suggestions about this video or others. And don't forget to subscribe, guys, to continue to follow us on our journey to discover anything and everything about the UK and Ireland. Until next time, guys. Peace.
Bye.